what we're going to do is we're going to make a gasket, or the base gasket for this is going to be for Moby. I don't have the crankshaft installed in this, so there's no connecting rod kind of hanging in the way. And I've also I've taken out studs, but basically you want the studs out anyway. Crankshaft you'll just have to accommodate around. What you need is scissors and a knife. I have a little kit there where I got like gasket making stuff. I got this nice little hole punch I made, and nice sharp knife, and dollar store. They sell these little guys here with your hole punches in the card making section. That's handy to have. Also from the dollar store, a really cool cutting board. Measurements I don't really need to follow, but this thing is cut resistant, so that's what it's made for. You'll need some gasket material. One good substitute gasket material. I'm not a smoker anymore, but cigarette pack. That's nice, thin and dense cardboard. That makes a nice gasket. That's the one we're going to be using today. So what you want to do first is you want to get an impression of where you need to cut for the gasket. So if you put your cardboard on top and you just give it a nice massage, what will happen is you'll see that's making a dent into the cardboard before you have to cut. I got the pencil handy because when you press on it, when you see the stud hole, put your stud hole. That's the easy way to do them. There we go. There's 1, 2. 3. 4. Do your stud holes like that. The little dimple that it makes when it makes the hole will actually make it easier to keep the paper still, or the cardboard still, so that you can continue to give it a nice little massage around the edges. The outside's not as important as the inside. Like I said, I started with no crank in this. If you had a crank in it, what you would have to do before you start is just have a big old hole in the cardboard for your crank to stick through, and then you do the same thing, massage it, you poke the holes. When you're done that, you flip her over, and I don't know if it's going to come out on the camera, but you can see the outline of where you're going to need to cut. So one of 2 ways, depending on the size of your cardboard, your gasket that you're making. Some of the smaller ones, you want to use a knife. If it's a bigger one, you can use the scissors. As long as you're good with scissors. If you're not good with scissors, don't bother. If you can't make out where the line is, hold it in the light where you can see it and trace it with a pencil. And so there you go. Base gasket cut. I left the edges all square. No. Once everything's assembled, I can cut that all off using a hobby knife or something. You know, if it's going to annoy me to no end. Important part is the seal around here, especially where the holes are here, where the studs go. Make sure that webbing is not cut through, and you're off to the races. If you were doing a match port, what you'd do is you'd make your gasket and then you take this gasket and you put it up against the mating part and make sure that the holes all align. If you have to trim more of the gasket off to make it fit the mating part properly, then you would put it back here as a template and just slate and shave off the extra material, and that gives you smooth flow. And that's a little bit of advanced stuff. If you're just trying to make a gasket, bing bang boom, down and dirty, that's the way to do it. And just because I can tell you, cigarettes cause heart disease. Just thought I'd throw that in there for good measure.